Okay, look at here. You could in Teams you could find something like files. In files, you have I have mentioned the 3 folder here. It is JDK 1.6. It is for x80, x64. X64 in the sense it is the 64-bit operating system. I mean, yes, 64-bit operating system. And by today I'll be posting JDK 1.8 x86.exe. That is for 32-bit. Suppose if you run your system with Windows 7 32-bit, then you can download that and then you can install. That will also work. And this x64 is for 64-bit operating system, and JDK 1.8 x86.exe, that is for 32-bit. Okay, that I'll be posting it. If you had already installed the software, then it is well and good. Okay, no problem. And the lab videos, there is a folder called as lab videos where you can find the recorded video of lab sessions. So here is a video which we have recorded on Saturday. It is available there. You can see that. And also sample programs is also given here. Okay, so please try to work out the problems. I mean, work out the programs. In case if you have any doubt, you can ask me. I am very happy to see a lot of students are calling me and asking for the doubts. I cleared all their doubts. In fact, if you have any doubts, please don't hesitate to ask me. Anytime you can call me. Because a lot of your classmates are doing and are calling and asking me doubts regarding the program execution. You can also utilize that. Okay. So recorded videos will be available here. See here in the class you have OOP session 1. In OOP session 1 you have to just click this 16 replies. You have replies here, right? Just click this. You could find recorded session available here. See here. You have the recorded session which is available here. The recorded session will be available only for the first 20 days. See here, already 5 days have gone. So it expires 15 days. It's available only 15 days. It will be available in the chat. So if you want to download and keep it in your system, just click download and then it will download locally and then it will be available in your system. Similarly for lab as well, just click this 21 replies. Just click this replies. Just scroll down and see. You could find the videos. Okay. So just download and keep. It is 18 days. And today we will be doing the other recording here, which will be available in day 2. So you can also see that. Okay. So right away we'll get into the session now. Right. So we started with what is Java, right? We started with what is Java. Can you able to see the presentation PPT?
Yes,
Is it visible?
Yes,
sir. Yes. Okay. Okay. Java is there, and we know he's James Gosling, who founded Java, and we saw some of the statistics how Java is important, and then what is the most demanded language in the programming language, and then how many people are using Java in the current generation, and these are all the applications of Java. And then we started with the subject object-oriented programming. We saw what are all the creations, and then we have paradigms about what is a normal programming, the programming like which you saw in last semester is the procedural oriented language, function oriented language. Okay. Now what we are going to see is we are going to focus on the object oriented programming. As I told you, it is completely based upon the objects and the data. Okay, you should know the difference between these two. Sometimes you may expect this questions in 6 mark and also in the 2 mark question. So what are all the ways that it gets differentiated between normal function oriented programming and then object oriented programming? So object-oriented programming is something which we are going to see it right now, right? So what is an object? So object is something, we have an abstraction. We have some concepts in object-oriented programming like abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, message passing, inheritance. So we have objects and classes. These are all some of the concepts which we are going to see in this object-oriented programming. So we saw what is abstraction. What is abstraction? Essential elements of the object-oriented programming. So this is called as an essential elements, right? You may have a lot of code behind stuffs which you have in the programming, but only which is essential will be stored in the abstraction part, which will be shown to you. That is called as abstraction. So deals with hiding the detailed information, internal details, and showing the essential needed things to the user. So only which is needed to me, that will be shown to me. Okay. So ATM machines are performing ATM operation. So this is very simple example. When you go to an ATM as a layman, what you do? You just put your card inside the machine and then you give your details, and then you will withdraw the amount, and then you will come out of the ATM. So your goal is fulfilled there. What's the goal? Goal is like just taking the cash out of the ATM, right? But what is happening behind the transaction, like how it is hitting your bank server, and how it is getting debited from your account, and how it is getting updated. So we are least bothered about it, right? So that is not shown to you. So what is shown to you? So only your account information which you actually need, and then those information which is needed to take out the money will only be shown to you. That is called as abstraction. Okay. So what is encapsulation? Encapsulation is nothing but it's like a purpose of protection. Okay. So when it comes to class, you have variables. We saw what is variable, and then we saw what is methods. So when you encapsulate more variables and the methods inside a class name called as class, that is called as encapsulation. Okay. That is called as encapsulation. Wrapping up of data. Data is nothing but variable. Okay, we call data members, right? Data, and then variables into a single unit called as class. This is called as encapsulation. Okay, theoretically, just learn it, and then when it comes to programming part, we'll see. And then you should know the difference between what is abstraction and encapsulation. Abstraction is solves the problem in the design level. Encapsulation solves the problem in the implementation level. Yes. Abstraction is used for hiding the unwanted data and giving relevant data. Encapsulation meaning hiding the code and the data in a single unit and protect the data from the outside world. There are some examples that you could see. I mean, some differences that you could see. You can see, say, outlook of the mobile phone, like it has a display screen, keyboard button, and then a dial number. So this is called as an abstractionist. The same thing is inner implementation details of the mobile phone, how the keypad works. When I press a key 5, how it works, how it reaches the processor, right? How it reaches the processor, how your mobile responds. I'm not least bothered about it. That is called as encapsulation is all about. Okay, so we have some differences here. You could see the differences. So inheritance, this is the concept which you will be seeing it in the implemented. So don't think that I'm just focusing on the theoretical part. You have to be strong in basics. I mean, from the first class, we are just into the entry level right now. So we'll just learn the theoretical concepts. After this, I'll be explaining all the concepts, each and every concepts programmatically. Okay, since it is beginning of the class, please bear with the theoretical concepts. Which we will be seeing, which we will be seeing it practically in the forthcoming classes. Okay, so inheritance, we have inheritance. What is inheritance? It's a process of one object acquires the property of the other class. Because I'm a father, right? I am a father, and I have some qualities like quality A, quality B, and then quality C, which will be inherited to my child. Okay, that is called as inheritance. Okay, right? So this is called as inheritance. So I have a quality, in turn my quality will be directly transformed to my child. Okay, so this is called as inheritance. For example, a golden retriever is a part of a classification dog in which turns the part of the mammal class. Yes, you have lot of dogs, like lot variety of dogs which is available in the market right now, right? But all comes under the category called as a dog, right? Okay, next one is polymorphism. Okay, inheritance, we saw inheritance. A polymorphism. Polymorphism is nothing but a single person. The best example is a single person acting in a different way, in different positions, right? As a doctor what has to do? I mean, suppose a doctor in home, in his personal life, he has to be a person. I mean, husband to his wife, and then a father to his child, right? A son to his parents. So these are all the qualities of a doctor as a single person in his personal life. When a doctor reaches hospital in his profession, how he is a doctor, right? So a single person acting in a two different way, that is called as polymorphism. Polymorphism is nothing but many. A single person who is going to take up multiple actions, then it is called as polymorphism. Suppose you have an example here. I have a shape. I have a shape, right? A shape is a common a term. It's a common term, right? Common term. But shape can be anything. Like it can be an area of area. It can be a circle, area of a circle. It can be area of a triangle. It can be area of a rectangle. Okay, area can be anything, right? Area of triangle is something which will give you area of a triangle. Area of rectangle will give you area of triangle. Area of circle will give you area of circle. But every thing has got the same name called as, I mean, every question has got the same thing called as area. Area here, area. So the single name called as area is taking up multiple action here. One in the same program, it is calculating circle. In the same program, it is calculating a rectangle. In same program, it is calculating a triangle as well. So a single name acting on three different operations. So you have a cut. You have a function called as cut. Okay, what the cut will do? A surgeon will cut the human body if some investigation has to happen. A hairstylist, what he will do? He will also use the same term called as cut. He will cut the hair, and then the actor, what he will do? He will cut. He will also use the same terminology called as cut in between the scenes, right? So these are all called as polymorphisms. Here, area takes a single name which is going to perform multiple operations like circle on triangle and rectangle. And here we have cut, which is going to perform different operation like surgeon will be using the same cut in a different way, and hairstylist will do the same thing in a different way, and actor will do the same thing in a different way. So a single name which is going to perform different operations. Can you understand? Can you understand at least what the polymorphism is all about? If I ask you what is polymorphism, you have to tell this, right? Perform a single step which will perform a different action. Is it clear? Is it
Yes.
clear what this polymorphism is? Okay. An object is a real world or anything is treated as an object. Okay, it's an object, right? If you want to go to a college from your location to college, what I have to do? I have to create something, right? I have to either I have to decide. I have to either go in my own transportation in bike, or else I can go in public transportation, or else I can go by a college bus, or else I can go by walk. So these are all the four different things that I can do when I want to reach the college from my home. So I have four different objects. Okay, I will not simultaneously create all the objects. Like I'll select all the things on a single day. I will go by bus, I'll go by college bus, I'll go by public transportation, or else I will go by bike. I will not change. I will not select all these simultaneously on a single day, on a single instant. I can either select by walk, or else I can either select by college bus, or else I can either select by public transportation, or else I can either select by going in my own transportation. Okay, all the four things I cannot be selecting at the same time, right? So this is what called as an object. So depending upon the instance, depending upon the occurrence, I'll either select my object, or else I won't select the object. So this is called as a real world we call it as a real world, because only at that instant I can able to I can come to a conclusion, right? If time goes off, I cannot. If the college bus comes to my stop by 7:45 a.m., right? I have to be there at least by 7:40 a.m. At 7:50 a.m. I cannot go think of catching my college bus. Right? I may miss the bus, right? So I have to go for a different option of reaching the college. Okay, in that case, I can go for public transportation. I can go with the my own transportation, right? So it's a real world thing. Object is a real world thing. Don't worry. I'll tell you what the object is all about. It's a state or behavior. It's an instance of class. It's an instance of class, right? Object is actually the instance of a class. So I have a class here. I have a class. So using that object 1, using that object 2, using the object 3 or object 4. So class is something like I have to reach the college. I have to reach the college. So I can either use the object, the object 1 to access the college. I can either use the object 2 to access the college, object 3 to access the college, or object 4 to access the. So this is called as an object. Okay, what is in class? It's a template or a blueprint which is going to hold the member variable and member functions, that is our set of codes, that is called as a class. Okay, So I have this class here. See here, a class. What is class here? A class is a single class, right? It can have it's like a single class which has got different objects: object 1, object 2, object 3, object 4, object 5. So class is a car. Okay, class belongs to a car. Suppose I go and buy a car. If you want to go buy a car or a bike, it comes under the common a term called as a class. Okay, car, right? And a bike. Okay, both are a different class, right? But among the car, which car I'm going to buy, so that is called as an object. So I either I can go with any brand, Hyundai, or I can go with Maruti, right? Hyundai or Maruti or whatever it may, Maruti and Tata, and then Benz, whatever it may be, right? So I can either go with Napa. Napa. Okay, so that is called as an object. So class is something which we call it as a common term. Okay, car is a common term. Which car it is, any car it can be, that is called as thing. That those are all called as objects. We call it as an object. See here, object is something which has got different varieties here. Object has got different varieties which comes under the same class called as a car. Okay. And within the car, what are the things that you will have? You will have within the car. We refer car as a common term. We call it as a class, right? Among that, we have different objects. I mean, different cars. That is called as an object. Okay. So within the car, I mean within the class, what are the things that you will have? You will have a manufacturer. You have the name of the manufacturer, and then year of manufacturing the car, and model number. Okay, model number and everything. Model number and everything, right? This all comes under the class. Okay, that is what the example is all about, right? Class, objects, and then. So how can you access all this model number? How can you access this model number, year, manufacturer, year of manufacturer, and everything, model number and everything within the class by help of the object? Only when you select the object, only when you select the car, which car that you are going to buy and which brand you are going to buy, you can able to access the member variables and member functions within the class. That is what the meaning is. Okay, it's a small identification, like what is an object, a real world thing, what is a method, can be switched to generate lights on off switch, whatever it may be. So it has a real features like class covering, filament, and then holder, member variables. Yes. So what is an object? It's a real world, according to a bulb. Okay, you have a bulb, right? So what is a real world object in that? It's a real world thing. It's a real world thing that is called as an object, and then can be switched on to generate light and switched off to generate light. So switched on and switch off is the methods. So what are all the variables? What are the variables that is there inside the bulb? Glass covering is there, and then filament, you have small filament and the holder. So these are all called as the member variables. Okay. So what is a class? What is a class? Class is something which has got the member variables and the methods. So this is called as a class. Combined, it is called as class. Okay. So I hope you are clear with this, right? Somewhat you are clear with what is an object-oriented programming concept. So you had learned what is inherit. You had learned what is abstraction. You learned what is abstraction, and then polymorphism. You learned what is abstraction, and then you learned what is encapsulation, inheritance, what is polymorphism. Encapsulation is wrapping up of data and then methods into a single unit is called as encapsulation. Please remember the capsule, okay, normal capsule which you have, where you'll have medicines into it, and then upon that it will be covered with a capsule. Okay, outer shell called as capsule. So what is an inheritance? Which you inherit from your father unto a child, which is like inheriting the property of one class to another class. In technically, how we will tell it as inheriting the property of one class, I mean the father class, to child class. But how child will learn? Child will definitely learn it from its father. Whatever you do, see, whatever your father is doing, you will learn it from him, right? Whatever your mother is doing, you will learn it from your mother. Okay, that is called the inheritance is all about. So this inheritance concept, we have different types of inheritance like single inheritance, multiple, multi-level, and then hybrid inheritance. So all these concepts which we will be seeing it in the second unit. Okay, and you know what is polymorphism is all about. As I told you, a particular method, you have a method called as cut, which is going to perform different operations depending upon the situations. That is called as polymorphism. Allows to perform single action in a different way. As I told you, you have an area. Area can be area of circle, area of rectangle, or area of a triangle. Okay. You know what is an object is, what is a class. Okay, a class is something like a car belongs to a class. Okay, generally we call a car belongs to a class, or a bike belongs to a class. So what bike that you're going to buy and what car you're going to buy, okay, in that you have different varieties of car, different segments of car. So what you're going to buy, that is called as an object. Okay, that is called as an object. Okay, so within the class you may have class car name, you may have class manufacturing date, and then model number and the service details. So all these comes under the a member variable and member function of the particular class. Okay, can you understand this to some extent? At least can you understand, can you able to match the concepts which I could tell you? Yes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so directly we'll go into the next topic.
Yes, sir.
Next topic is very interesting. We'll see this data types. Okay, so what are the different data types? As you have it in the just wait. Okay, so do you have a data type called string in C?
No, sir.
No. In order to
Character
achieve
array.
in order to achieve the string, what data type that you will use in C?
Character
Array of
Character will act as array pointer. I mean, character will act as an array which will hold the string which is given, right? So it will be represented in the terms of double quotes. Okay, if character, it will be represented in the form of single quotes. Okay, but whereas in Java we have a special type of a data type called a string itself. Okay, you don't want to give character here. You don't want to give character here. char, character is there, but we have special type of a special type of a data type called as string itself. You can use it for when you use a variable by using a string. Okay, so there are two different types of languages that we have. Statically typed language. Another one is dynamically typed language. Statically typed language in the sense you declare the variable, right? How will you declare variable in C program? Give me this example.
Data type.
One second, guys. Give me these two examples alone. How will you declare a variable in Python? How will you declare the variable in C language? Tell me.
C language.
Data type variable.
Anyone, please, anyone.
Variable.
In C, we can directly declare as data type variable, sir. In
Data
CA,
type. Okay, data
variable.
type and then variable name.
Followed by variable and then semicolon. Python directly it itself recognizes the type of the data that.
Okay, very good. Very good. Beautiful. That is in C language. How will you do C language? How will you declare variable? Int a comma b. If it is float, what I have to do?
Float a
comma b. This is how I have to do. But whereas in Python, how you have to do? Automatically, it recognizes the data type. I don't want to mention it. See here, a equal to 10. I can give a equal to 10, and then a equal to some name. Similar. So what Python will do, I mean, what Python will do is it automatically recognizes that it is the integer kind of data type. It is an integer data type, int data type. It is integer. It is integer. It is integer. It is string. So this is how the a Python will do. So I can also use a equal to. I can also do it like this. It is character. It automatically recognizes depending upon the value that you give to the variable. Okay, this is called as variable. This a is called as variable. This a is called as variable, and this a is called as variable. First, you have to understand what the variable is. A is variable, B is variable, and here A is variable and B is variable. The value which is corresponding to this A is called as a 10. The value which is corresponding to this A is called as Panimalar. This A is called as P. Okay, got it. In C language, what you have to do, you have to explicitly tell that what data type that you're going to use for this particular variable. But whereas in Python, you don't want to give this. That is why Python is more powerful. It automatically recognizes the data type and it assigns itself. Okay, so we have two type of referring the variable here. One is statistically typed language. Another one is dynamically typed language. Statistically typed languages are, you have to explicitly tell what type of data type you are going to use. Okay, like integer, character, float, double. Only then your program will work. It is called as an actual variable, assigned variable. Examples are C, C++, and Java and other languages. But dynamically typed languages can receive different data types over time. For example, Ruby and then Python. So now can you understand the difference between statistically typed data type, typed language, I mean statically typed languages and then dynamically typed languages?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So note, Java is statically. Java is whether statically or typed language or dynamically typed language. Statically typed language, because we are going to define the variable, we are going to declare the variable by ourselves, right? So what are the different types of variables that we have? Variables are different types of categories of data type. We have two different types of data type, two categories of data type. One is primitive data type. Someone asked me yesterday about, on Saturday, so please tell us about the data type. So these are all the data types which we have. The only difference that we have between C and then C++, C and Java is we have included a data type called as a string here. Okay, that is the only difference. But whereas in C, what you will do, you will just declare the string in the character data type itself. But whereas in Java, Java itself is providing you a string data type itself, a string and then variable, and the variable name equal to, you can give any name you want. So this is how you can do it. So we have two different types. You have two different types. One is primitive data type, another one is non-primitive data type. Okay. So Java data types are there. So one is primitive data type, another one is non-primitive data type. We'll come to this later. Primitive data types are also called as simple type and then elemental type. Okay, Java defines 8 basic types here. So one is Boolean. What is Boolean? What Boolean data type?
Zeros and ones.
Boolean data type will return true or false. Okay, I can use it like this. I can use like it, Boolean. Boolean. What data type? Any variable that I can use here. Bool equal to what it will return. It will either return true or then false. Okay, this is how it will be. That is another kind of data type which we have. Okay, and then we have a numeric data type. Numeric data type is called as, there are two types of numeric data type. One is character, another one is integral. Okay, Actually, in some examples, they may also tell you like we have numerical and then non-numerical data type. A numerical data type, it comes under the integral, and then it goes on expanding like integer and then floating point, double, like that. Non-numeric data types are something like character and then string. In some examples, you may come across like there are two types of data types. I mean, two types of non-numeric. One is character and then string. That is also possible. Okay, in this example, it has been shown like numeric itself is divided into character and then integral. In some examples, it is like non-numeric and then numeric. Numeric in the sense it is integer, float, and then it goes on like that. Non-numeric in the sense it comes under character and then string. Okay, so we have character, it is represented by char, and then we have integral, that is called as integer and then floating point. Integers are byte and then short and then integer and then long. So these all comes under the integer. Floating point, we have float and then double. We have float and then double. Just a minute, pa. Okay. Am I audible? Hello, students.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So புரியுதாப்பா, sometimes it is like non-numeric இருக்கலாம், numeric இருக்கலாம். There will be two types here like this. Arrow mark will be like non-numeric and then numeric. You can also put it like this: non-numeric in the sense character, float. I mean, character and the string comes under the non-numeric. I mean, not the string. Sorry, character comes under the non-numeric. I'll tell you why I'm not including string here, because string is totally a different one in Java. Numeric, we have numeric in the sense it has got integral. We have integer and then floating point. There are different types. Floating point, we have double, float, and all those things. And then one type is primitive. This is called as primitive data type. Another one is non-primitive data type. Non-primitive data types are the strings. Strings comes under this. Okay, strings comes under, because it is a special type of data type in Java. Because all the elements, I mean, all the variables that you declare in Java, which comes under the please mute your mic. Which comes under the string. Okay, whatever data type that you use, I mean, whatever data types that you use in Java. எல்லாம் வெளில டிராவல் பண்ணிட்டே கேக்குறாங்க போல இருக்கு. Okay. Okay, shall we continue? Any other disturbances? Okay. கேக்குதுலப்பா, நான் பேசுறது கேக்குதா? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have non-primitive data type because all the, thank you, for all the data types that you use, when it comes to main function, it will be caught in the terms of string. So string comes under this. String, array, objects are comes under the non-primitive data types. Okay, non-primitive data types. Okay, what is the difference between primitive and non-primitive? Primitive data types are the defined one. Okay, it's the already defined one. Okay, it's not a user defined, but this data types are the user defined data types. These are the user defined data types where you can change the size of the particular value. Okay, so we have boolean. Boolean has got two possible values. One is true or false. It is similar to C language. It is there. So specifies only 1 bit. Boolean is 1 bit transformation, but size cannot be defined precisely. A default value is false. Okay, if you don't give anything boolean, if you don't give any value for boolean, the default it will take it as false. Character stores a single character and its size is 2 bytes. Okay, and it is 16-bit Unicode character. Okay, I'll show you what the Unicode is all about. Why people say a character as an Unicode? Okay, because all the I mean all the letters, all the characters, I mean all the letters that you use in the uh, programming languages, which has been suppose if I develop a website, that website will be which has got lot of characters. Like I may be using the English in a different way, right? The people who are in Spain or Italy will see the same website in a different way. You have multiple languages, right? So multiple languages, it has to come under a particular code of the characters. Okay, if I sit and develop a website, it is not that I develop website only for my country. Okay, it is not for the English speaking country. It is also for the other non-English speaking country as well when it comes to character. Okay, I may be using the same English in a different way. The people who are there in US or Spain or Italy will use the same English in a different way, right? So we have some standards like coding standards for characters that has to be followed. See here, these are all some of the coding standards. See here, for a letter null character, if a null character comes, so this is the code that you have to use, and there are different codes here. We don't want to bother about this, just know what the Unicode is all about. See here, this is Latin script. Latin script, because suppose you might have written the code and then that has to be converted to Latin. Basic Latins, or suppose if you use space, it has got a code like U plus 002. Even a space is considered as a character, right? An explanatory mark has a unique code called as U plus 0021. And then digits, we have a digit 0, and then digit 1, digit 2 has got this unique codes. Alphabets, we have alphabets like starting from A, B, C. Each has got a different codes like U plus 0041, and B has got 0042. So like that it will go. Even for square brackets, backslash, and everything, you have a unique code there. Okay, we call it as an ASCII codes, American Standard Code for Information and Interchange. It's a standard code everywhere. Okay, it's like you take a tube light and then you buy a tube light, right? You buy a tube light and then you can fix it down to any socket in any place in India. Right? You buy a tube light, like whichever brand you want, you can buy, and then you can fix it on any brand socket which is available all over India. That is called as a standard. Okay, because tube lights are made upon a single standard, right? You can buy your fan here and then you can fix the fan in any part of India. It is unique. It is unique. I mean, it has got a standard, right? So I can buy a mouse of any brand, I mean external mouse of any brand. I can use it in any laptop or any desktop. So that is called as a standard. This is how the size of the mouse has to be. That will be standardized across the globe. Like you buy a charger, a single charger, and then use it for different mobiles, right? Even costly mobile, Samsung costly mobile will support the same charger, and then even a low grade mobile will support the same charger. Okay, it all standards. So similarly, we have some standards for character as well. So you can, if you want, you can see about characters later. Google it and see, because it is not in our syllabus. It is not up to us. So just to try to understand what this Unicode characters are. Okay. So it is 2 byte. That's just learn the size of the character alone. It is 2 bytes as a minimum value on the Unicode characters. So what is Unicode? Unicode divides the fully international character set, can be represent most of the world's written language. Yes, as I told you. So whatever language that you are write using the Unicode, you can communicate the languages, and then you can give. Some website, when you go to some website may be in other languages. It will ask you to translate. Automatically Google will, I mean, if you use Google Chrome, it will give you an option like translate. If you want to translate, just click translate. It will translate to the native language. Okay, so that's the advantage that we have. See here, I'll show you an example here. I'll log into WhatsApp now. See here, WhatsApp is first it's in Tamil. Okay, automatically it can navigate itself to whatever language using Google Translate. It is navigating. So that is how the Unicode characters will work. Okay, can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is why characters are very important globally. So when a people like us, okay, Tamil Nadu, hardly people in Tamil Nadu will go into this Tamil kind of WhatsApp stuffs, and then the people in other countries will definitely go to, I mean, other countries who don't know Tamil, they will definitely go to the common language, English. So if you want to translate to the other regional languages also, you can change. Okay, that is the option that it can give. So it should not change the meaning. If WhatsApp web is the meaning, I mean, WhatsApp web is a word, it has to be communicated, I mean, it has to be translated in the appropriate local language. That is also very important. That is where Unicode will play a major role. Okay. அதை பத்தி பெருசா படிக்க தேவையில்லை. It is not necessary because it is auto translated. Just to wanted to tell you that, that's all. Okay. And then we have numbers. What are the integer types? We have integers. We have integers and the whole numbers. And then floating point types. We have floating point types. And then integer data types are byte. 8 byte it is. 8 byte. 1 byte equal to 8 bit. Have this in mind. 1 byte equal to 8 bit integer. And you can choose the between 128 to 127. And then short size is 16 bit. That is 2 bytes. 1 byte is 8 and then 2 bytes is 16. Okay, 8 plus 8 is 16. You'll have 8 plus 8, 16. And then integer is 4 bytes. And then it is 32 bit. And then this is 8 byte, long is 8 byte, and then 64 bit. These are all the range of values that you can give. Okay. So minus 2147683 to what number? 21 for this value. So it can be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, minus 1, minus 0. So like that. So that range. If you give something within this range, the meaning for this is if you give something within this range, with this data type, it won't work. Then you have to go for the another data type. Okay, that is the range here. And then I have floating point. Floating point, how many bytes? It is 4 bytes, 32 bit actually. And then double, it's an 8 byte and 64 byte. So these are all the overall picture which shows you the type of the data type, and then it's a signed value, it's a signed value or not, and then it's a default value is 0. Everything default value is 0, and then for Boolean it is false. And the minimum value for character, Unicode character, is /u0000. Okay, and these are all the sizes. These are all the sizes. If you don't like to read this slides, you can just have a look at it. That will cover the entire content of the data type, primitive data types. So range is 128 to 127. Okay, and then short integer. You can give the integer value like this. Integer a equal to a value. That value can be given within this range. Within this range, you can take out any value and then give. If it exceeds this range, then you have to go for the long. Okay, that is the meaning for that. Okay, as I told you, Java. Next comes the non-primitive data type. Non-primitive data type. This is called as primitive data types, which are all predefined set of spaces. If I declare byte, it means that it has got only 8 bits. It can give only 8 bits. And then if it is short, it can able to give you a space of 16 bits. If it is integer, it can give you a space of 32 bits. That is the meaning for this primitive data type. Okay, I mean the value and the memory locations are fixed. But whereas in fixed depending upon the value. Okay. Next we have derived data type, which are called as a non-primitive. Derived data type, it is also called as a derived data type, non-primitive data type, or reference data type. So whatever it may be. So non-primitive data types are called as reference type because they refer the objects. Okay, reference types because they reference the object. For example, you have string. As I told you, string is a special kind of data type which is going to store the sequence of character. Okay, so we have a special class in Java as well for string, java.lang.string. So string is immutable. What is immutable and mutable? What is immutable?
It can be changed.
Immutable means unchangeable, sir.
Okay.
Mutable means changeable.
Yes, string is immutable. So in this case, string is immutable. You cannot change the string elements in Java. So we saw this example as well because already I have shared this in the class itself. I mean in the program itself it is available. It is available in the sample programs. You can see it. It is in the sample programs itself. Okay, you can see that. Next comes the variable. So what is variable? Normally when it comes to C language, what is variable is?
It is used to store a value.
It is used to store the value. Okay. What value that you will be storing, who will correspond the value? Data type. Okay, data type will correspond the value. Okay, you know what the variable is, right? The same content, the same story which you had studied in the C language. Okay, variable. How you should have the variable. Variable should always begin either with a letter or a dollar symbol or else an underscore symbol. Okay, these are all the special characters that is allowed as per the Java. As per Java standards, can anyone tell me whether dollar symbol can be a starting letter of a variable in C?
No, sir. Special
No.
characters are not.
No, sir.
A special characters is allowed. Only one special character, which is underscore is allowed.
Underscore.
Underscore is allowed. Apart from this, it is not allowed. The only difference in Java is that it can allow the dollar symbol as a starting letter along with the underscore. That is the only difference. Other than that, it is same. You cannot start a variable name in Java with numbers. Even in C, you cannot start, right? Correct, Appa? Is it right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
It should always start with a lowercase. So these are all the information. So you should not have any white space in between. You should not have any white space in between, like int number. There is a white space in between num and then number. So it should not be like this, right? These are all the invalid concepts. What is a variable actually? This is called as a variable. So you suppose if you give a equal to 5, that is int a equal to 5. It means that a will create a space in the RAM. What's the size of integer? See this?
2 bytes.
2. What size of integer here?
2.
Integer how many bytes? 4 bytes it is. 2 bytes is Java. Sorry, C.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Here how many bytes you have? 4 bytes.
4.
Okay. So A will be created with a name. A space will be created with 4 bytes. Okay, in Java. Right? That is the meaning. If int a equal to 5, a is a reference that will be created with a memory space of 4 in the RAM, and then which will store the value called as 5. Which will store the value called as 5. That is the meaning for this. Okay, we have dynamic initialization as well. How you can other than constant initializations, Java also allows the dynamic initialization. So I can either give it like this. See here. So we have dynamic initializations as well. Like this, you can give A and B are initialized using the constant initializers. Double A equal to 3.0 and then B equal to 4.0. Here C is initialized dynamically. Okay, see here. So this is called as constant initialization. நிறைய சொல்லணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன், ஆனா டைம் பத்த மாட்டேங்குது. நடுவில் நீங்க வேற கேட்டுறீங்க சார் டைம் ஆயிடுச்சுன்னு. ஸ்பெஷல் கிளாஸ் போடலாமா எக்ஸ்ட்ராவா ஈவினிங்ல? anyone interested, please give your opinion. இல்லாட்டி இப்போதைக்கு இது போதுமா, இல்லாட்டி அப்புறமா கிளாஸ் போக போக shall we include special classes also? What do you say? Please give your opinion guys. சொல்லுங்கடா, பயப்படாதீங்க, சொல்லுங்க. ஓகே, தனியா சொல்லுங்க. ஓகே, give your opinion to my number so that we'll arrange classes. Okay, so this is called as constant initialization. This is how you will initialize, right? Don't think that, sir, you have used a double something rocket science word. No, it is not a rocket science word. It's similar to integer, float like that. Since I've used 3.0, I'm using double. UUBLE. Okay, double. And then see, you could also use this dynamic initialization in Java as well. See, without using this declaring C separately and then assigning an expression here, directly I can assign a variable with a data type and then I can use the expression. Okay, so what we do in other languages like double equal to C, and then what we do actually, okay, we do like
Sir, why we are not giving float data type, sir?
any data type you can give. Just for example, if you want, you can give. I told you, right? Any data type you can give.
Okay, sir.
Since it is there in PPT, I have used it as double. If you want, you can give any data type. No problem.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, double. So forget about this. This is called as dynamic initialization. So how will you do actually a double equal to C and then C equal to this value, and then what you will do, you will start printing this printf, percentage f. Not sure about the see, this is how you will do. Okay, this is how you will do. But Java allows you to do it like this. See here, this is called as dynamic initialization in a single line. Dynamically you can initialize. Okay, don't want to give it separately and then you have to use it. So dynamically you can give. You can use it like this: system dot out dot println open bracket. I'll take class till 1 o'clock. Please bear with me. Okay, this is like this also you can give. Like this also you can give, and then you have to give plus symbol here. You should not forget about the plus symbol. Okay, like this also you can give. Okay, this is the other kind of advantages that we have with the Java. Okay, instead of giving it like this in a 3 different line, we can use it as a single line expression like this. That is the difference. Okay, next what else we have? So we have different, is very important, types of variables. What are the different types of variable we have? A local variable, instance variable, and the static variable. What is the difference between local, instance, and then static variable? Please tell me if you know.
Local variable can be accessed only within that bodies.
Very good, very good. Okay. Since we are new to this, we cannot use the word called as class. Okay. You can refer with the, you can tell it with the reference of C language itself. What is a local variable within the method?
If we define a variable inside a function, we can only use it inside.
Super. You are telling it as function. I'm telling it as method. Okay, that's all. That's the difference. Okay. Then what is instance variable?
It refers to global variable.
It can be also called as global variable, instance variable. Excellent. Very good. Next is static. What is static?
It
can't be changed, sir.
No.
It updates every time when the function is called, sir.
No. Static variable. So என்னப்பா புரியலப்பா சொல்லுங்க.
Change ஆகுது static.
என்னப்பா சேஞ்ச் ஆகாது. No. We have a keyword called as constant. இருக்கா? CONST.
Yes, sir.
Only when you use that particular keyword, the value of the particular variable will not be changing. Even I had this when I was studying. way before 10 years, I had this problem like what is static and then what is constant. I thought that static is something when you give it before a data type, I mean give it before a variable, it means that the value will not change. But there is a keyword called as constant. Only then when you give constant, the value will not change. There is a different meaning for static.
It can be accessed
Oh.
out of object, sir.
No.
Can be accessed out of non-static content.
No. If I'll tell you an example. Suppose you write a program. You write a function. Suppose you have a function. You're going to call the function repeatedly for updating the student details. In a function, a student detail has got name of the student, class of the student, a name of the student, department of the student, college name of a student. Which of these three will change continuously?
Name and class.
College.
Name and department. Name and department will change, but college name will be constant all over the program. Correct idea? Suppose if I do a project for a college, in the project I'm using a function called as some function name. Inside the function name, I have the members like student name, department name, and the college name. Which one will be unchangeable? Which one is unchangeable here? Which one will be college name will be unchangeable? College name will be unchangeable. Remaining two, name and department, will be keep on changing. Everyone is agreeing with this? Everyone agree with this?
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Every time when I call the function, what are all the things that I have to update? Every time, for suppose I have 500 students in my college, okay, and each student are with a different name and a different department, okay, but in the same college. Every time the 500 student information calls the function, calls the function name, how many times the particular function will be called?
500 times.
500 times it will call. So 500 times I have to update the name. I have to update the department name. I have to update the college name as well. But for all the 500 students, what are all the common values that is available inside the function?
College name.
College name. So should I have to update the college name 500 times? Is it necessary? No, it is not necessary. In that case, I can leave out the college name alone, because college name is, I know it is Panimaran Engineering College. Only name and department will be keep on changing. Because why I am doing this is, when I keep on calling the function name again and again, a separate memory location will be created. If I call the particular function name 500 times, 500 memory locations will be created. In 500 memory location, each location will have name, department, and college name. Okay, so it is waste of memory. Instead of calling the members of the particular function again and again, I will give a simple keyword called as static before the college name alone. So when I try to call the function name, apart from this, except this college name, other two alone will be called. Name and department will be called, and then this particular college name will be retained for 500 copies. Rather than creating 500 different copies, it will have a common copy for all the 500. Can you understand this?
Yes, sir. It is used for saving memory space.
Yeah, it is for saving the memory space. That is the only difference. So now you have learned the difference between static and constant. Constant is something which will not change even though when you change. Okay, static related to the memory location. Okay, see here. The best example is this one. So this is called as. So first we'll discuss this one. I have a class. I have a static. This is called a static variable. A static variable can be any variable. It can be outside, inside, or anything. It can be, but it has to be mentioned with a keyword called a static int a. Okay. When a variable is within the function name, I have a function called as method. Okay. Then it is called as local variable. when a variable is outside the function name, then it is called as instance variable or global variable. Okay, or can I can have this local variable also a static variable. I can also have this instance variable or global variable is also a static variable. Can you understand this? Can you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, in Java we have a class and the class குள்ள ஒரு method இருக்கு. If a variable is within the method, if the variable is within the method, then it is called as local variable. If the variable is outside the method in the main function, then it is called as a global variable or instance variable. Here static variable is not that it has to be local variable or instance variable. So it can be either a local variable or instance variable just by giving the keyword called as static. Got it? புரியுதாப்பா?
Yes, sir.
Okay. புரியுதாப்பா? So I have, see here, the best example is I have a class student and I have integer roll number, integer string and name, and then string college name. College name is same. Okay, every time when I call this particular student, okay, suppose I am going to insert 500 entries. This 500 entries will go and call this particular class again and again for 500 times. So when it wants to access the 500 times, it will call the each and every members of this class again and again for 500 times. Got it? புரியுதாப்பா? புரியுதா இல்லையா?
Yes, sir.
Every time it will call. So in this, what is constant here? So college, ITS, I mean Panimalar, maybe Panimalar or whatever it may be, is constant. College name is ITS, is constant. Only student roll number and name will be keep on changing. So let me put this particular variable under the static keyword. See here in this example, static keyword. So every time when I call the student, it won't go and disturb this particular value. I mean this variable. It will go and access only these two variables. So memory location is saved. So 500 memory location is saved.
Sir, but however the roll number and name will be called for 500 times.
Yes, see there is a difference of calling three variable than the two variable. Okay, I have to call these two variable. That is sure. So 500 into 2, how many times it will call? 500 into 2, 1000 times it will call. So how many now it is saved? 500 times it has to be called. So 500 is saved now. So 500 memory location is saved now. Can you understand this by using the static keyword?
Yes,
Can you
sir.
understand? Puridappa? Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, that's all for today's class. So I thought of also taking the control flow as well. You know what is control flow, right? If statement, iteration, looping, branching. You know this, right? Very well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So please try these programs. It is available in the MS Team itself. Amcha document it is there. So control statements, if statements is there. If else, switch demo. Switch is very important because our first experiment, lab experiment, is focused on the switch, and then switch again switch with giving. There is no input statement. So directly if it is 8, automatically it will go to the 8th position. Suppose I want to give the input, sir, another input kudupen. Depending upon my input which I am going to give it from the keyboard, what you have to do? You have to give the statements. What statement you have to give? Scanner statement. New scanner d equal to new dot scanner and then d dot next. So for this I have to use the appropriate library functions like import java.util.scanner. Okay. 2 examples I had given here, and then you have while and then do while and everything, and then for loop also you have an example. Okay, for loop and then nested for loop. For loop is there and then you have nested for loop also. Okay, you can try this and then you can tell me. Okay, I'll put this 2 PPTs in your. Do you want PPT or notes, pa? Unit 1 notes.
Both, sir.
If you put raw.
Yes,
both.
Sir, ரெண்டுமே போட்டுருங்க sir.
Okay, pa. Because I have not completed it. Up to what I have completed, just see that alone. Okay, don't see everything. that will lead you to confusion. And don't ask me questions from the. Sometimes I may change the PPT also, because the PPT which I have, I would have shown you 20 slides. Remaining 10 slides would be there. Don't ask doubts from the remaining 20 slides because I may change it. Okay, I'll put it wait. எங்க போடலாம்?
Sir, any information about college development, sir?
I'm not sure about it, pa. You will get to know.
Okay.
Unit 1 notes and then PPT. So I will upload everything here. I'll upload it now itself. Why we should make delay? Unit 1 notes I've uploaded. Entire content you will have important question, 2 mark question, 16 mark question, all it will be available in this. Then PPT I have completed, or what PPT I have completed? PPT 1, PPT 1, then and then PPT 4 as of now. Okay, it is available. You can refer it. Any sort of doubt that you have, you can ask. You can call me at any time. I'll help you out, because lot of your students, I mean our students in your class, are calling me regularly and asking their doubts. புரியுதாப்பா? ஜாவா ரன் பண்ண கத்துக்கோ, நல்லா ரன் பண்ண கத்துக்கோ. ஃபாஸ்டா you have to compile and then faster you have to get the output. First try to practice with that. புரியுதா? Any doubts you have?
No, sir.
No, sir.